Hello. I haven't posted on here in forever. I think it's been like 5 or 6 months or something like that. But I've just missed it. I missed talking to nothing and nobody. And I miss just like saying my random thoughts and everything like that. So I thought I would maybe come back on tonight and just share something I've been thinking about recently. But I've just like recently tonight really I've just been thinking a lot about raising children and like the right and wrong things to do. I know everybody does things differently and I've never actually raised a child, so I don't think I have the most, I don't know. I don't really have any like anything insanely substantial, but I think about things just because of my own upbringing. And it's just so easy to compare, like especially if you're friends with people who've been raised differently than you, or you just have people close to you who have been raised differently, and it can become really challenging to appreciate your own upbringing and just like your own life and kind of what formed you into whatever did. And I think it's really important to remember that like everything happened for a reason. I'm not condoning anything, of course, but I think still like everyone becomes their own person based on whichever circumstances they had to endure or just go through in general, just how they were raised. And I think it really creates interesting people. And I think one thing I've really struggled with for a decent portion of my life, like as long as I could understand the differences between my upbringing and other people's, it was just really challenging for me to understand why my parents did certain things or how it was fair or any of that. And I think this is a very common occurrence. But one thing I was really thinking about tonight is like I have worked since I was pretty young. I've always been somebody who liked to make money. Like I've always enjoyed just having money. And it was just something I liked. I don't know if I was raised that way. I'm not sure how that became like a fundamental for me, but it did. And either way, like as soon as I was able to get a job, I was very much encouraged to get one. And I have been financially independent now for well, I've moved out and I've been financially independent, like living on my own for about 3 months now. But before that, like I was basically just financially independent as well, like buying almost everything by myself and whatever. And now that I am financially independent and living by myself, and I'm fairly young, so it makes me very proud and like satisfied and happy. And I think about it and I'm like, well, how was I able to get to this point? And of course there were factors that like were out of my control in a way. Well, everything was, but just the way my parents raised me positively was just really instilling the value of a dollar and, you know, just, I mean, truly that, just the enjoyment of earning a buck and actually making your own money. And I've also always, or for a while now, for at least, I'd say like probably 3 years, I've bought myself any big expenses. I bought my own car, I bought my own phones. I've paid for my own car insurance, paid for my own phone plan, everything along those lines, just funded by me. And it just makes me so grateful for like where I've come and what I do. And it's just something that's so interesting to like come to that conclusion to get there, because I always would look at other people and I would always compare like, oh, like this person's parents still pays for this, or for instance, my boyfriend, his parents fund like portions of his life that my parents like never did. And I feel like I would always look at that previously and I would have envy, or I would almost have a type of just like resentment and towards the person who was getting whatever more help than me, as well as my parents. And now it's like I'm so grateful. I feel like I reached this point in my life where I am just like so gratified when I'm able to spend my own money on myself, and just like I look around and I'm like, everything that I have here is mine. Like I have funded everything, and it just makes me so incredibly grateful. And I couldn't have done it without my parents or without so many people in my life. And I'm really trying to have a more positive take on things in life. I feel like the past couple months I have been such a negative person. And I don't know if like anybody else can kind of resonate with this. But then when it comes to the holidays, I just end up getting really like nostalgic and really melancholy, and I end up kind of forming this like hardened mindset and just forming that resentment again towards others. And I've just been really trying to like stop and evaluate myself the past few days, and just kind of trying to see where feelings are coming from. And I feel nothing but joy right now, like towards everything. Like, of course, there's always hardships and there's always going to be those ups and downs. And that's definitely something to get used to. But in general, I don't think I could be more grateful for the situation I'm in, considering just like every single circumstance, and everything like that. So I'm very happy with everything, and I just think it's really important sometimes to kind of just catch yourself and think about, why am I acting this way? It's really easy, I think, to kind of become a Scrooge around the holidays, and I don't know, it's just something that I don't want to do. I don't want to be the person who's angry and mad at everyone, and I fear I've become that recently. So anyway, I'm just thinking about it and thinking a lot about being grateful towards my upbringing and everything along those lines. And just everybody's so different, and that's the beauty of the world. So anyway, that's kind of it. I don't know if I'll continue to post on here. I kind of hope I will, because I think it's a fun little thing to do. But yeah, anyway, thought of the day.